nutritional levels. This is why. Hey guys, so I wanted to talk today about something that I think is really the most vital thing for any of you guys. I know I did a video on this recently about the fall off season and things you can do to improve as a player. And I wanted to go a little bit more in depth about the weight room and diet. And one of the reasons is because I had, I had to do that later on in my college career. I wasn't serious enough really about the diet part until I got to my sophomore summer in college. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit. But first off, obviously, from the most recent video, if you're working out hard in the weight room, that's priority number one. You got to be pushing it in the weight room 4 or 5 days a week. If you are doing that, you're going to see gains. Now, like I said in the past video, if you're not getting in your necessary calories per day and the necessary grams of protein per day, you're going to really inhibit the gains you could possibly get. And if you want to maximize it, this is really the formula you want to follow. This offseason, we got 6 to 7 months before spring baseball starts and even a few more months until summer ball starts when the recruiting will really heat up. So you have a lot of time to turn yourself into a totally different player. So here's the basics, guys. 4,500 calories a day. Or more. If you want to do more, you can. If you're a hard gainer, someone like I was and still am, who you got to eat so much food to put on serious muscle mass, you can go up. And I'll get into my story and kind of what I did to put on 20 pounds in 3 months when my sophomore summer in college. The next thing, guys, is anywhere from 150 to 200 grams of protein. Now, when I was coming up in high school, there wasn't this information out there. The calories, everyone knew that. But the grams of protein, that is something that most recently has become a new development in fitness. And the old school idea when I was working out in high school was you get 40 to 60 grams of protein a day. That's all your body can handle. That's really all you need. Well, that hurt guys like me because I really needed more protein than that, but no one knew you could get added benefits from eating more. So whatever your goal weight is, basically, let's say you're out there, you're 175 pounds right now, and your goal is to get to 190. Well, whatever your goal weight is, you want to be eating a gram of protein per pound of your goal weight. So if your goal weight's 190, you want to be eating 190 grams of protein per day. Now, if you one day you get 175 and one day you get 185, that's fine. You're going to be fine. But that's the goal, is to get to that consistently every single day. And I'll go over some ways you can get to that really easily. Some of you may be thinking, how do I get that much 90 grams of protein? There's really easy ways to get around that and cheap ways to do it. So into my story, guys. So I was, I came in my freshman year at Georgia Tech, and I was roughly 5'10", 153 pounds. Now, the good thing and the thing I had on my side is that I was an elite runner. I was a 6'3" runner in the 60. I was a center fielder, a leadoff type hitter. So I didn't fit the mold of most college players who are up there. They're going to hit for power. They're bigger guys. I had a niche that I fit into the lineup. I was going to be on base. I was going to steal bases, score runs, play really good defense in the outfield. So I didn't really need to be the big, strong, physical guy. Now, would it have helped me out a bunch if I came in at 170 or 175? 100%. I probably would have had an even better career. So my sophomore year comes. My freshman year, I was freshman All-American, had an amazing year. My sophomore year comes, sophomore slump. Hit 250. Really, really disappointed with how the season went. And my dad, who was the general manager of the Atlanta Braves at the time, says, you don't need to go play in the Cape again. You need to put on serious muscle mass. You need to put on 15, 20 pounds and look like a different player in the uniform. Get stronger, more explosive, everything like that. So I foregoed playing in the Cape again and stayed at home and met with a nutritionist, and they told me, you need to be eating 6,500 calories a day. And this was back again before the protein stuff was really known. But with how much I was eating and how much of that was meat and protein shakes, I was probably getting around average 150 grams of protein a day, at least. So some days I was higher, some days I was lower. Now, in the span of 3 months, so, end of a regional, we get knocked out. We were down at University of Florida. So from, beginning of June until I stepped on campus August 15th back at Georgia Tech. So really kind of almost 2.5 months. I went from 156 to 175. So I put on 19 pounds in 2.5 months. And so this is what I want to get through to you guys at home. This is math. I mean, this isn't like guesswork. This isn't like, oh, well, I'm doing this and I'm not gaining weight. Well, you're not measuring your calories properly. You're not measuring your protein properly. Because if you do this, and again, the reason I had to do 6,500 calories a day is because I had 2.5 months to do this. I had to put on serious muscle mass in 2.5 months. And because of that, I had to up the calories big time. Now, if you're eating 4,500 calories a day and you have 7 to 8, 9 months before the summer starts, you can put on 20 pounds easily in 9 months. The thing is this, you have to be disciplined, you have to stick to it, and you have to do it every day. You can't take days off. If your family goes on a vacation 1 week out of the 9 months, okay, that's fine. But you can't be taking days off, only doing it a couple days a week. You're not going to see the results that you could potentially get. And I'm saying you're going to look like a totally different person if you stick to this. Now, here's the easy way to hack that 150 grams, 200 grams of protein. So what I've been doing recently, I've actually put on 20 pounds in the last 4 months. I have 2 kids, started working out again. Kids are sleeping a little bit better. So I've been working out every day and trying to put on muscle mass. So I'm eating 6 eggs every morning for breakfast. Now, 6 eggs is going to get you roughly 30 to 36 grams of protein. So let's just say 30 grams of protein. Now, I go work out after that, and I have a double scoop of protein with whole milk and about 16 ounces of milk. So with that, I'm getting, the scoop is 25 grams of protein each, so that's 50 grams, plus the milk is going to be about 16, so that's 66 grams of protein. Protein shake, 66 grams. So now you can look, I'm already at 96 grams of protein before lunch. That's probably around 10 o'clock in the morning. So now at lunch, I'll have, whatever. Right now, me and my wife, we're making these burritos that have about 40 to 50 grams of protein. They're 500 calories. So I'll have one of those, which is, I'll just go with 40. Lunch, 40 grams of protein. And with that, you can go to Publix. There's a protein yogurt. Comes in a little cup. It's 25 grams of protein. So protein yogurt is 25 grams. So if you look at this, guys, that's 96 plus 65. So now I'm already over 150 grams of protein, and that's by lunch. So now for dinner, I can kind of just do what I want. I can eat a normal dinner. As long as it's got some kind of protein in it, I'm probably going to be getting close to that 200 gram threshold. So eggs, cheap. I know it's more expensive than normal, but eggs, cheap. Protein, cheap. Lunch, just making an easy lunch, something that you can heat up. That's 40 grams. The yogurt, cheap. This is not going to cost you a huge amount of money, and it's going to get you already past that 150 gram threshold that we're looking to get to every day. And again, for dinner, you can just do whatever you want. So this is kind of what I do every single day to put on muscle mass. In the last 4 months, I've put on around 20 pounds. Now, the reason this story happened is because I had a dad who was very involved in baseball, obviously, and he knew, even if you have success, if you're going into a pro season playing 160 games at 150, 160 pounds, you're going to be 140 something by the end of the season. So part of it was to get stronger, add a little bat speed, a little bit more strength in the bat, a little bit more pop. But the other thing is being more durable and your body holding up over a longer period of time during the season. So this is going to give you, benefits not only from becoming more explosive as a player, adding more power, adding more velocity, getting faster, becoming more athletic. The weight room and adding muscle is going to do that. There's nothing, like I've told you guys before, there's nothing that's going to make you better as a baseball player more so than just getting stronger and getting serious in the weight room. And again, coupling that with a proper diet that's giving you enough protein and calories to build that muscle. You're also going to become more durable. You got more muscle mass. You're not going to waste away during even a college season once you get into those summer months. And it's just going to make you an overall better player. So I hope this helps you guys. Again, if you have any questions about this, I was one of you. I was one of those guys who needed to put on serious weight. Best story ever. My freshman year at Georgia Tech, I'm leading off against UGA, and a fan says, I didn't know they recruited 8th graders at Georgia Tech. I mean, that's what I looked like. I could really fly, but I was 153 pounds soaking wet, stick and bones. And so as soon as I got serious in the weight room, and really it wasn't the weight room part that I needed to be serious about, and my old strength coach at Georgia Tech, Steve Tambora, will laugh about this because he always told me every day, you eating breakfast? Are you eating enough food? Because he knew that's what I needed to do. As soon as I got serious about the eating and the diet, that weight went on super fast. So guys, I promise you, if you get serious about it this fall and winter, you will look like and play like a totally different player come spring and summer. Let me know what you think about this. Comments on the videos. Appreciate all support, and we'll have another one coming soon.